Hi everyone, welcome to another brand new episode of Women of Community Banking podcast. I've got Lisa with me today. Hi Lisa, how are you doing?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me, Rog.
Absolutely our pleasure, Lisa. We couldn't be happier to have you in the podcast. Quick background: who's Lisa? Uh, very inspiring story, very motivational story that she has. Lisa is the market president for VyStar for Florida market. She's been in financial services for years, for decades now, right? And she loves what he does. So I won't steal the show, Lisa. It's your show. So I hope I was able to do a very quick introduction of yours. I didn't want to deep dive on your past career, but this was quick. So Lisa, if you want to add something, please feel free to add.
Happy to do that.
Absolutely. Let's start the show with one question that I love asking people. Right? That I mean, the work that you guys do is not easy. It takes like very difficult things to do what you do. Now, the Florida market is not small. It's huge. It's huge for VyStar. So what keeps you going? I mean, is 24 hours enough for you, to function?
No, 24 hours is not enough time to do all the things that I want to do. I will say I keep a lot of lists for the things that I'm working on and that I hope to continue to work through as I mark things off. But what keeps me going every day, there's really two things. And one is my family,
Yep,
just knowing
sure.
what I want to set an example for my children and now two grandkids. And also just love the energy that I get back from them.
Sure.
And it is incredible just, having that family close by. The other thing that keeps me going specifically in this industry is my team and what I can do to support them and help them on their personal journeys, whether it be work or at home. And that's what I feel is my passion and probably my
Absolutely.
talent too.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. Let's talk about your leadership lens, right? So again, you lead a market that's both dynamic and deeply community rooted, both of them. So what unique leadership lessons maybe you have learned serving this diverse member base, because it's not easy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. The lessons I've learned are countless. I can probably highlight a couple for you, but I absolutely have so many. Every day I feel like I
I'm sure.
continue to learn more. I think one of the most important things that has truly impacted me here in Florida is that you can't do it alone. It really requires a village, not only to raise a family, but really to be in an industry like we are and to have an impact and make a difference. And that comes down to an incredible team, surrounding yourself with talented people who love what they do and can share that with other coworkers and people out in the community, as well as making sure that you have a good group of mentors and supporters that will really tell you like it is. If you're messing up, they're going to let you know. They'll keep you in check and also help to lift you up if you're just having a tough day, because we all do have those. So that is truly one of the things that has made a difference for me in particular here in Florida. I've been here about 3.5 years now, and it's been incredibly impactful. I will say the community right here in Central Florida and within my organization are some of the most incredibly talented, but also welcoming. They
Yep,
are very inclusive and want to be sure that everyone can do their best job and feels like they are a part of a
I'm
community.
sure.
Yeah, so that's probably the biggest one here.
Yep, absolutely. Uh, Talking about the community commitment right now,
Mhm.
credit unions speak of being like people helping people, because that's what we do
Yeah.
for living. Would you want to maybe share a recent moment where this actually came to life? I mean, not just words.
Wow, we have done so many incredible things. We are focused on our heritage, which really is around the military families. That's
Yep.
really our roots and allowed us to start doing incredible things for individuals and families.
Yep.
And then we have taken that to be able to serve everyone
Yep.
within a community.
Yep.
We are focused a lot on children and what we can do to make a difference for kids. So, most recently, a little bit earlier this year, we took on a special project with the Boys and Girls Club, and we identified 25 youth that have been working in a special program. And we decided to join in and were able to award each of those 25 kids $1,000, which they will receive at the age of 21, which is incredible. And it's earning money right now for them, and they can
Yep.
add to it so that hopefully it'll be much more than $1,000 when they get it. But
Sure.
these are kids that have had a rough start and really could use that hand up to change the trajectory of their lives. And I will say it's not just about the money, because we have also committed to meet with them each month, and we go out and provide financial education and support to help them to learn about budgeting and savings and credit cards and interest rates and what these things will mean, how important they are, and how impactful they are. And they've brought in their parents. So what we've found is that not only are we supporting these
Yep.
kids, it's truly a generational experience where they're able to support everyone within their group. And it was just magical, truly, to meet with these kids, to see their families, and be right there in the Boys and Girls Club, learning about their lives.
That's amazing. That's such a good and relevant example you spoke about helping people with rough start. I mean, no one knows better than you, Lisa, right? I mean, you got an amazing journey to talk about. So, Lisa, do you want to talk about your journey a bit? I mean, maybe what has been your journey so far? What have you done, and
Yeah.
what has made you the Lisa you are today?
Well, that also is a long story. I could take quite a bit of time to share, but I I will take a step back. I had an incredible early childhood, truly magical, actually. A wonderful time with two loving parents and three older siblings. I was the youngest of four. But things took a turn when I was about seven, actually. And that sent me on a path that was pretty rough for quite some time, a little bit over a decade, actually. And during that time, I had both personal experiences that unfortunately are not uncommon, but certainly set me off on a rough period of time. And not to go into too much detail, eventually it did lead to me having a period of being homeless. And that lasted for quite some time. I was 16 when I ended up being living on the streets. And I really wasn't sure that there was going to be an opportunity or a future for me. I knew that something was going to happen, but I didn't know what that could look like. I really didn't have a positive vision of a future.
Yep.
So that time really ultimately set me on a path which bumped me into banking. And I like to say that banking found me, actually, which is true, because by the time I was a senior in high school, I started working at a bank in San Francisco. And I've never let go of that opportunity that was presented to me. It really did change my life. So even though I did not have a home initially, I was able to find a home within this community, within this banking community. And I was able to finish my schooling and learn a trade, so to speak, but really
Yep.
learn something that I could then leverage to take me in a different direction. So that was really the beginning of banking for me. And I just stuck with it. And it's been an incredible career for me from
That's
really
amazing.
just starting at the bottom in banking.
I mean, this is something which is amazing, Lisa, right? I mean, you sharing our journey. I mean, we can't be more thankful, grateful. It's because of people like you we build this platform. I mean, I'm speechless. What you shared with us today, this is great, right? I mean, and people should know that there is no dead end to anything. You can again come back, and you will come back in life, right? So there's something that I've heard or I follow that professional goals can be achieved every single time. There is no end to it. You can do it if not in the next 5 years. But personal loss is unrepairable. So so you're a prime example of that, Lisa. I mean, again, thank you for sharing this journey. This is great, right? Let me ask you another question to maybe take it to a different track. So, talking about your lessons learned, Lisa, obviously your life is a prime example of struggle, hardships, and still making it at the end of the day. That's not easy. That's very difficult. My question is, do you want to share some pieces of advice with aspiring leaders, be it female, male, doesn't matter, but aspiring leaders or aspiring people who are ambitious, who want to actually go and do something. So what is your secret?
Well, there are probably more secrets also than I can name, but kind of leveraging the story that I was just talking about, I would start with that there is no one thing that happens in your life or in a work environment that has to define you. I think every single morning you can wake up and decide this is who I'm going to be and this
Yep,
is how I'm going to show up
yep,
today.
yep,
Regardless of what's happened behind you,
absolutely.
today is a new day and you can make it whatever you want it to be. And you can get on a different path if you choose, if that's the right thing for you. I just hope that no one would let something, a stumbling block, I'll call it, be something that prevents you from doing what you are meant to do in your life. And in fact, I think expecting that there will be times in your life where you hit a roadblock or a rough patch,
Yep,
and then preparing for that is really probably one of the keys, not getting stuck in whatever it is that you experienced. I had the most incredible manager of during my career. And one of the things that she used to say is, you can visit Pity City, but you can't live there. And so I still hold on to that. Sometimes there are moments when we can feel really down. And it's okay to mourn. We need to mourn and to get that out. But what we don't want to do is stay stuck there, which dovetails into really the next thing that I always hold on to, which is if you are walking through fire, keep walking. So just keep going. There is a time when you will get through it and you will have a different experience. And those two together really do keep me going when there are tough times.
yep,
But I really like to focus on the good times too. I will say I'm mostly a very positive person. I like to find the glass half full and focus on all of the things I have to be grateful for.
Yep.
And so that's the other thing I would say is that ultimately that helps me feel the most successful and really focus on the things that I want to bring more of into my life.
Understand, Lisa. That was perfectly put. Right. Let me ask you. I mean, this podcast can go hours, but I want exactly. So your journey can be shared for hours, but still, one quick question, one last question is apart from your journey, right now, credit unions. I mean, today morning I posted something that credit unions are no longer competing with credit unions or banks, but they're competing with like a Netflix or a Spotify because that's where our heads are around right now. I mean, if Netflix can give me the perfect recommendation or Spotify can create or curate a list for me that I love, why can't my financial institution do that? So my question is that looking at the current ecosystem, right, for 2025, macro, micro, plus focus on digital transformation, AI coming in, so many moving pieces. So, how do you think will 2025 shape up for credit union ecosystem as a whole? You can answer this about VyStar, or you can, maybe choose to zoom out a bit and talk about the entire ecosystem.
Yeah. Well, I think you make a really great point that we are no longer just competing against other financial institutions.
Yeah,
We are competing against all service experiences that our members, our clients are expecting. So they want it fast, they want it when they want it where they want it to be easy and efficient and safe. So these are things that we have to keep in mind at all times. That means that we have to continue to evolve. I think that is one of the biggest changes. I don't even know if it's a change actually, but it is imperative that we identify how we can stay up with everything that is going on, not only within financial services, but of course, technology and HR and how our employees want to come to work. And as soon as we make one decision, it's likely we're going to have to reconsider that because it's changing so fast. I think that that is really the definition of how we can succeed going forward is being nimble, being aware of the things that are going on, and being okay with constant change,
sure.
being able to keep up with it. And I don't think that is something that we can do in a vacuum. So
Yep.
one of the things that's really wonderful about the credit union environment is that we do have a level of coming together, of
Sure.
supporting one another, of helping to drive the entire movement of credit unions.
Yep.
So there is certainly some competitiveness out there. We all want to be wonderful and be the place where members want to come bank. But one of the things that we do that is a little unique is also support each other. And how can we make credit unions better for all and make sure that we are meeting the needs of everyone within our organizations and our footprints? So I think it is a lot about being nimble, being
Yep.
aware, and
Sure.
open to those changes, and then also working together collectively on how we lift up everyone.
So, Lisa, this was great. This was a great, quick episode. We covered so much. Again, thank you for spending your time with us today. We really appreciate this, and we are looking forward to sharing more of your journey in more episodes that we host. And thank you again, Lisa. This is amazing.
Thank you so much. It's quite a pleasure, and I look forward to talking with you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.